Join us by visiting cobrt.com to learn more and subscribe to our newsletter.
This is the Experience Pros Radio Show. Got an opinion or want to ask us a question? Email radio@experiencepros.com or message us on the Experience Pros Facebook page, and we'll interact with you live on the show.
Hey, welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show. We do want to interact with you. You are always welcome to call 303-632-4160, 303-632-4160. Our next guest needs no introduction, but I'll give it anyways. He is Professor Ely Delaney. He is the automated marketing architect over at yourmarketinguniversity.com. He's been a contributor host on the program for years and years, and he's my friend. Ely, how are you, buddy?
I'm doing awesome, my friend. How are you today?
You know, it is a great day in any neighborhood. Very nice to have you along with us. Ely, what are we talking about today?
I want to talk about the shift of working from always having to bust around to find new customers and get away from that to something that's actually easier to do.
To get away from having to find new customers? I thought that was the goal. We need new customers.
We do need new customers, but not as many as we probably think. And what I want to talk about is, what about your existing customers? You know, I know a lot of businesses that they do really well to bring in new customers, and then they just kind of keep moving on to the next guy. And I see that it's one of the hardest ways to grow a business today.
All right. So, Ely, what do you propose? I mean, if we don't need as many customers as we think we need, what you thinking, mister?
What about going to those existing customers that we've already worked really hard to get and building a relationship with them to get them to actually come back more often, to buy more of our products and services more often? And quite honestly, we don't have to work so hard, and they're already raving fans to begin with. I'm assuming everybody on here that's listening is doing a great job and their customers love them. So let's get them to come back and want to do business with them again.
I love that idea. And of course, I'm playing the devil's advocate because I agree with everything you say. And I understand, we say this in Lists to Save My Business, the book that Angel and I wrote several years ago. Mm-hmm. We say you're sitting on a gold mine, that you have no idea the leverage. And we talk about spheres of influence, and we call it the Frank circle: friends, relatives, associates, networks, and customers. You have no idea the amount of leverage that you have with people who already love you, right?
Mm-hmm, exactly. That's exactly what I'm talking about. And, one thing, and you've probably heard this before, but it's actually 10 times more expensive to find a new customer and convert them into a customer, from a prospect into a customer, than it is to sell something else to an existing customer. Yet so many business owners go the opposite direction. They're like, okay, I need more customers, I need more customers, I need more customers.
Right.
Instead of actually saying, oh, wait a minute, these guys already bought from us. How can I take care of them more?
Yeah, Ely, here's the funny thing. You say, it's 10 times more expensive, and we've all heard that. But I think, honestly, when it comes to human behavior, I think we all nod our heads because that's what we're supposed to do, and we hear those things. But I honestly believe it goes in one ear and out the other, and has no bearing or relevance on the great majority of people, because they don't understand that what that means. Make it personal. It's going to cost you, if you spend $1,000 a month in marketing, you could do the same amount of good for your dollar for $100, right?
Exactly. Yeah, definitely. And when we talk about this, we're talking about building stronger relationships with our existing database, existing people that we know. And these are the customers who've they've already gone to the point where we've built a relationship with them to the point where they trust us and are say, okay, here's my credit card, I want your stuff. And at that point, it's like, okay, what can we do to keep building that relationship? And it really goes down to shifting a mindset of one very simple thing that I like to talk about, which is turning a customer into a client. And it's an attitude shift.
Okay, so you're saying there's a difference between customers and clients?
Very, very much so. And it's all in the attitude. It's all the mental mindset behind the difference, because a customer is what goes into a McDonald's and buys a Big Mac and fries and leaves.
Okay.
A client is somebody who is around for the long term. And I'm actually going to read to you the very first thing that pops up on Merriam-Webster.com. I actually searched this just to make sure before I got on the call. The first definition that comes up for client is one that is under the protection of another.
Oh, look at that.
And I want you to think about that. Are your customers, meaning somebody who comes in, gives you money, takes a thing, your product or service, whatever it is, and it leaves? Or are they clients? Somebody that you care about, that you protect?
You know, Eli, I've been in business longer than you've been alive. And I don't think I've ever heard it said that way, that the client is somebody that we are caring for. I mean, we care for our clients. I get that. We care for our customers. But the idea, the nuance that you're developing here is that a customer is built on a transaction and a client is built on a relationship.
Exactly. And that is exactly the point of what we're talking about here, is build that relationship. Look at that customer, the last 5 people that bought anything that you have to offer, and said, okay, number 1, what did they buy? Number 2, what was their experience? Were they happy? Were they excited about what you did for them? And third, what else can you do for them?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. So now, Eli,
and then pick up the phone and call them.
Right? You pick up the phone, call them, reach out to them. Eli, we're coming up. We've got about a minute and a half here to the break, but I want to make sure that we get your contact information out. I'm going to keep you over for the next segment, if that's all right with you, because we're just scratching on the top of the iceberg here. But what? How do you want people to reach out to you?
Anybody can always connect with me online. I'm very easy to find, especially Facebook. Just be sure you send me a message saying that you heard me on the show. But I do have a live event. It's an online event I'd love to invite you to. It's yourmarketinguniversity.com/experiencepros. And it is online. You don't have to even get dressed in the morning. Just turn on a computer and come watch us. I have that coming up a couple of different times, and 7 ways to package your products and get more clients workshop. Again, that's yourmarketinguniversity.com/experiencepros. I'd love to have you come and join me. It's completely free.
And give me that, your 7 ways to do what?
To package your products and get more clients.
And it's free. You're offering this webinar for free.
Yes, it's a free training. I enjoy doing this because I love teaching this stuff. It's a lot of fun. And it's going to go along with exactly what we're talking about today. How can you package your products and your services to get those customers that are already spending money with you to come back more often, spend more money with you, and still turn them from the customer to client mindset, where you are there for them to protect them, to help them grow their business.
Eli, we got to go to a quick commercial break, so stay tuned with us, all right? Folks, don't go anywhere. Back right after this.
America's home for positive business talk. You're listening to the Experience Pros radio show. Contact them on the web at experiencepros.com.
At Target stores around the country getting a raise from $10 to $11 an hour starting this weekend. Gillette suing Edgewell Personal Care, saying Edgewell's Hydro Connect razor cartridges are too much like Gillette's Fusion cartridges. The premiere of the new Star Trek series on CBS drew 9.6 million viewers Sunday night. The NFL's Raiders-Redskins game had 11.6 million viewers. That is about 1% fewer people than tuned in for this game same time last year. Chuck Kamlick, CNBC.
At Robert Half,
Lars Larson believes Obamacare was a death sentence.
Because of the mandates, they were sold a plan that cost them so much in premiums. Some of those people likely looked at that and said, well, I'm going to go to the doctor as little as I possibly can. People don't go to the doctor. The condition they had was serious. They don't get early treatment. And then either it costs a whole lot more money to fix it, or it doesn't get fixed at all because you die.
The Lars Larson Show, weeknights at 8 on Money Talk, 1690 AM. As a small business owner, your focus should be on your customers and providing a great customer experience. You shouldn't be investing time and energy on bookkeeping, accounting, and taxes, but somebody has to do it. Trust Teresa and her team at Luna's Accounting and Tax. Teresa and her team will take care of all your bookkeeping, accounting, and taxes. They'll keep you informed and streamline the process. Luna's Accounting and Tax keeps your business compliant and up to date, and they'll give you the great customer experience your customers have come to expect. Free your time and gain the peace of mind to keep your focus on your customers. They will help you too. Call Teresa at Luna's Accounting and Tax today. 720-323-4917. 720-323-4917. 720-323-4917. Or visit lunastax.com. That's lunastax.com. That's lunastax.com. Se habla español.
The boys of summer are here with in-depth coverage on the Orioles, Blue Jays, and Cardinals here in the Rockies. Well, not Cardinals, but if you want the play-by-play and the bird's eye lowdown on these and more wild birds, tune in to Bird Talk on 1690 KDMT, Saturdays from noon to 1.
You don't need to make folks think we're a sports show just to get their attention. In Colorado, 60% of the population feeds and watches outdoor wildlife. Bird Talk is presented by Wild Birds Unlimited, the original backyard bird feeding specialists.
To learn more about the 500 species of Colorado birds, tune in to Bird Talk every Saturday. We'll bring you interesting interviews, the latest news, and lots of fun and entertainment. Call in with your questions and we'll help you create the best backyard wildlife habitat to attract the greatest variety of species.
We hope you'll join us for the best nature show in the known universe, Saturdays at noon for Bird Talk on KDMT, presented by Wild Birds Unlimited. Until then, happy birding.
Now, here's Tim Fry, the movie guy, with the Denver Movie Minute.
American Assassin, playing in theaters everywhere, is a violent action spy thriller with little else to offer, though that is clearly not the filmmaker's intention. From the emotional and brutal opening all the way through American Assassin's first act, this film would seem like a typical red, white, and blue action flick. Dylan O'Brien plays a terrorist victim out for revenge. He impresses the CIA enough that Sina Lathan recruits him to train with Michael Keaton's grizzled veteran to become the ultimate killing machine. But when a former agent turned mercenary reappears, stop me if you've heard this one before. This movie's action scenes are well done, and the actors all do fine jobs. It's just all rather cliche. The character motivations either feel ham-fisted or murky, and the movie seems to be trying to say something about the morality of war, but chickens out. Ultimately, American Assassin is a mid-tier action movie that's likely to benefit from a lack of genre competition at the box office, and I give it 2.5 out of 5 stars. I'm Tim Fry, the movie guy, and this has been the Denver Movie Minute.
As an estimator or project manager, you need reliable contractors you can call when you need them. As you know, finding them is not an easy task. Your commercial or retail project requires the best, so pick up your phone and make Benchmark Woodworks your reliable contact for interior carpentry and cabinets. Benchmark delivers solid values and excellent woodwork that lasts. For custom fabrication and installation, call Benchmark Woodworks fast at 303-698-1557. That's 303-698-1557. 698-1557.
The Experience Pros Radio Show, home of the original Fan Braggin' Fridays. Take just 20 seconds to become a business revolutionary by sharing a fan bragging story of great customer service by using the hashtag FanBrag or calling the Fan Braggin' hotline at 855-FAN-BRAG. FANBRAG. Now back to Angel and Eric, the Experience Pros.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show. Angel is out of town today, but you've got me, and I need you. It is a great day to have a conversation. If you want to join that conversation, 303-632-4160. That is 303-632-4160. I'd love to chat with you. We've got on the line Ely Delaney, Professor Ely Delaney from Your Marketing University, yourmarketinguniversity.com. And Ely, we're talking about how to not just get customers, but how to keep them, and then maybe even more importantly, how to bring them back and serve them better. How am I doing?
That was exactly perfect, Eric. Thank you so much.
Well, I try to be a good student, Professor. Let's go over this real quick. Folks, if you're just tuning in, Ely Delaney, Professor of Marketing, Automated Marketing Architect. He's a master at online digital marketing, but more to the point, he's a master at practical application of relationship marketing. And he has offered you a free opportunity to go check out 7 ways to package your products and get more clients. His workshop online is completely free. And all you got to do to pick it up is go to yourmarketinguniversity.com/experience pros. All right. So you talked about the difference between customer and client. Customer, transaction based. Client, I'm caring for this human being based. All right. So how do we build that trust without seeming like all we're after is the next transaction, Ely?
It's actually not as hard as some people think. I know people ask me that. It's like, well, I don't want to sell them too much. But the difference is that you're not going to sell something and then never talk to them again, because that's poor customer service.
Sure.
You need to follow up with these people and make sure, do they appreciate what you did? Was there anything wrong with it? Is there anything we could do better? And that's one of the biggest questions you can ask your existing clients is, was there anything we could have done better? Because a lot of times that is going to tell you exactly, number one, what to do more effectively, which is the core of the question. But secondly, a lot of times people are going to ask you, what else do they need? Because if you figure out what they've already bought, what would be the next step? What's the next piece of the puzzle that would take them to the next level to have a better experience and help them better their lives?
Yeah, you're making them part of the equation, right? You're making them part of the equation of how to solve for their experience.
Exactly. And it's great because you can actually have a customer that you buy and just call them up and say, hey, how's it going? I just want to see, is there anything else that we can do for you? And the funny thing is that people just don't do that.
Yeah.
And people are shocked
Ely,
when they actually get that phone call.
Here's a funny little story, an aside, if you will, Ely. And I don't believe in coincidence at all. So here's the irony to the whole conversation. You and I are talking about how to retain your clients, how to stay engaged with them, how to care for the human beings that they are, which will, we say in our Ericisms and angelosophies, we say, take care of the customer and the transactions will follow. Customer, client, we use them interchangeably, but I understand the nuance that you gave in that. A long time ago, probably 6-8 years ago, I received a phone call from a gentleman named Kyle Wood. And he says, Eric, I'm a car dealer. I'm struggling. I haven't sold a car in weeks. I need to sell some cars. There's tumbleweeds going through my office. And I told him, I said, listen, Kyle, you're not going to believe what I'm about to tell you, but here's what I want you to do. I want you to pick out the last 6 people that you've sold cars to, and I want you to call them up. And he says, Eric, you probably don't understand how this thing works. And I said, if I had a nickel for every time someone told me I didn't know how something works, I'd be very wealthy in nickels. So I told him, I said, pick up the phone, call them, but do not try to sell them another car. Here's what I want you to say. Hey, Joe, I was just going through a list of my favorite clients and you're at the top. And I'm just thinking, I wonder how Joe's doing. So I picked up the phone and I called you. Joe, how are you doing today? Are you having a good day? And then just shut up and let's see what happens. Well, he thought I was as crazy as the whole story sounds, Ely, but you know the end of the story because you've done this before. He called, made the connection. and just caring about you. How are you doing? I'm thinking about you. When they tell you, and he says, one guy answered the phone on the golf course. He's like, why are you calling me? He says, because I care. And before you knew it, he sold like 8 cars in the next 3 weeks because the conversation goes on the other side. Joe goes home and says, man, you're not going to believe who just called me. It's my car dealer. And did he try to sell you another car? No. He just asked how I was doing. And they're building the relationship. This sounds like it's in sync with what you're talking about, Eli.
Definitely. And, it's funny. I've got a story I'd like to share too, along the same lines. I had a client of mine that I was working with, and we just wrote an email follow-up to customers that she hadn't stayed in touch with. She had dropped the ball, had not followed up with them for quite a while. And this email was what we called the humble apology, which was, hey, I'm really sorry. I meant to stay in touch with you and I dropped the ball. I apologize for that, but I promise I'll do better. And she got, because of one email, nothing else, she got every one of those people that she sent the email to respond back to her,
right,
and did over $20,000 in sales.
It's top of mind. It's tip of tongue, top of mind awareness that bring people to the reason that people don't have transactions or the money coming in isn't because they don't want to do business with you anymore. It's because you're out of sight, out of mind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And people want to feel like they actually care. The sad thing is that in today's world, if your clients think that you care about them, the rest of your job is easy.
Right.
Because we live in a world where basic customer service is so hard to get anymore that I've gone to places. I'm a great mocha guy. I love going to coffee shops, and I've gone to places where the coffee is not all that good because the people remembered my name and said, "Hey, how's it going, Eli?"
Right. Yeah, you will sacrifice certain things to get the personal treatment that could or should be offered. Eli, I agree with this 100%. It's really good stuff. Give your contact information, if you will, please.
Yes, people can always contact me in the social media world. I'm easy to get a hold of, but I'd love to have you come join me for one of the workshops I have coming up. Go to yourmarketinguniversity.com/experiencepros. It's online. You do not have to be in a specific location. I do workshops for people all over the world. I'd love to have you come join me for that.
And that workshop that Eli, is referring to, 7 ways to package your products and get more clients, which makes all the sense in the world. Look, we started off this whole segment, Eli, with the go-to basic conversation. I need more clients. But you can have more clients. This is not our conversation over the last 20 minutes does not preclude the need for more clients. What it does is shift the momentum and the fulcrum, if you will, to where your clients outperform your marketing dollars by 10 to 1, right, Eli?
Definitely. And it's such an easy thing to do. Plus, it's so much easier when these customers are becoming clients and they're coming back on a regular basis and they love you to death. You're not stressed out as much because you're not chasing the dollar, which, right, as every business owner knows, we've all been there. It's not a fun place to be. No,
it is not a fun place to be at all. Well, Eli, I love the conversation that you got here, and you're spot on. If we start with it's 10 times more expensive, both in time and or money, to find a new customer, we can flip that around and say it's 10 times more effective to dial in a relationship with your existing customers. Share with them how much they mean to you and watch the entire shift happen. Eli, we got 30 seconds. I'll give you the last word.
All right, go back to that definition. The client is the one that is under the protection of another. Know your customers are your clients and you are protecting them. Be there for them. It will make the difference.
Yeah, it will. Ely Delaney, yourmarketinguniversity.com/experience pros. Go ahead and sign up. You've got nothing to lose, everything to gain. 7 ways to package your products and get more clients. There's a workshop going on in your jammies or maybe in your suit and tie, wherever you want to get it. Eli, thanks so much, man. We appreciate you.
Oh, thank you, Eric. It's always a pleasure.
All righty. That's our contributor host, Ely Delaney. What a great guy. We appreciate him. Back after these messages, folks.
The Experience Pros, revolutionizing the way people treat people in business.
KDMT, Denver's Money Talk 1690.